Like the US hard power, the MQ-9 Reaper's wings soared over the dark corners of the world, sowing death and destruction wherever it cast a shadow. Its actions were impersonal and ruthless. Examining its origins offers a unique perspective on aviation history's most ominous twist, when humans are killed by intelligent flying machines. The MQ-9 Reaper is an unmanned aerial vehicle developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems for use by the United States Air Force and other military forces. It's a multi-mission, medium-altitude, long-endurance aircraft primarily designed for surveillance and reconnaissance, but it's also capable of carrying and launching precision-guided munitions. The MQ-9 Reaper is an evolution of the earlier MQ-1 Predator unmanned aerial vehicle, featuring a larger airframe, more powerful engine, and greater payload capacity. This technological marvel represents a significant leap forward from its predecessor, the MQ-1 Predator drone, in terms of performance and functionality. The MQ-9 Reaper's design and engineering have been optimized to meet the demands of modern warfare. The MQ-9 Reaper's enhanced propulsion system, extended endurance, and increased payload capacity set it apart as a more advanced and capable platform, with improved sensors, communication systems, and weapons integration. The MQ-9 Reaper's versatility allows it to seamlessly transition from surveillance to combat missions, showcasing its adaptability and effectiveness in various scenarios. Whether gathering real-time intelligence or engaging in precision strikes, the MQ-9 Reaper's advanced capabilities make it a valuable tool for military forces around the world. The deployment of the MQ-9 Reaper has not been without its share of controversies, raising diplomatic concerns among nations and alliances. While some countries view the MQ-9 Reaper as a strategic partner in enhancing security and defense capabilities, others raise questions about the ethical implications of its operations. Balancing alliances and addressing controversies surrounding the MQ-9 Reaper's use is essential in navigating the diplomatic landscape of modern warfare. But there has never been any doubt that unmanned aircraft are useful in modern battlefields. At the height of the Iran-Iraq War from 1980 to 1989, necessity required that Iranian engineers modded their US-made target drones to fire rockets. Named the Mohojer and operated by crewed remote control, it had limited success. Meanwhile, in southern Lebanon, Israel deployed a small remote-control twin-boom plane to find targets for precision airstrikes. The drone used for these missions was aptly named Scout, and its performance foreshadowed a trend that would transform the aerospace industry in the future of war. Israel's first unmanned aerial vehicle program began earlier than anyone else's. Lacking reconnaissance aircraft in 1974, a small group of engineers built the first Scouts. By 1977, the Israeli Defense Force acquired these. The Scout reappeared during Operation Desert Storm and proved itself over the Balkans. In 1995, the U.S. Air Force used its brand-new MQ-1 Predator drones to assist NATO airstrikes in Bosnia, a role that continued during the Kosovo air campaign 4 years later. It was during the final months of 2001 when a $3 million project to arm the MQ-1 Predator paid off with the first official drone strike conducted in Afghanistan. For the next decade and a half, the United States Air Force and the CIA monopolized the unaccountable use of armed drones. For instance, the General Atomics MQ-1 Predator and the MQ-9 Reaper. A batch of MQ-9 Reapers entered service with the United States Air Force in 2007, and their numbers kept growing since then. Although the Reaper is a smashing success at assassinating terrorists, it's also responsible for an estimated 5,500 deaths, most of them civilians, in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. Constant tinkering and improvement has made the Reaper the best-performing unmanned aerial vehicle in its class. It's now able to carry 80 AGM Hellfire missiles and even JDAM bombs, with a payload totaling 3,000 pounds. It can travel for 27 hours at altitudes reaching 50,000 feet, perhaps higher. Powered by a 900-horsepower turbopropeller Honeywell engine, its speed and range is easily twice that of similar medium-altitude, long-endurance unmanned aerial vehicles, and General Atomics is still finding ways to upgrade its trademark drone. As impressive as it is, the Reaper has lost its edge. Not only are NATO countries, United Kingdom, Italy, France clamoring to acquire it, but armed drones are within reach for militaries around the world. China, Iran, Israel, and Pakistan are known to either build or fly indigenous killer unmanned aerial vehicles. The U.S. Air Force has started upgrades to part of its General Atomics Aeronautical Systems MQ-9 Reaper fleet to keep the unmanned air vehicles effective against near-peer adversaries, such as China and Russia. The intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft was originally used for operations against terrorists and insurgents, but has since shown to be vulnerable to surface-to-air missile batteries fielded by more sophisticated foes. Its payloads also tend to be focused on countering terrorists and insurgents, capabilities that are less relevant against modern militaries. In response, the United States Air Force is retooling the unmanned aerial vehicle. The Air Force will award the first delivery order of planned MQ-9 Reaper multi-domain operation aircraft, which will include several new upgrades from previous production builds to General Atomics Aeronautical Systems in April 2021. The Air Force is also retrofitting a portion of the already fielded MQ-9 Reaper fleet to the same multi-domain operations configuration, allowing the Air Force to leverage current fleet numbers to meet future warfighter requirements through the service life of the aircraft. The United States Air Force has also experimented with the idea of using the unmanned aerial vehicle for tracking ballistic missile launches and shooting down incoming cruise missiles. And the service is looking at ways to use the MQ-9 Reaper for long-endurance surveillance of Russia and China. The United States Air Force has pointed to the unmanned aerial vehicle's February deployment to Romania, where the aircraft flew sorties not far from the Russian border. The United States Air Force believes that these upgrades will keep the MQ-9 Reaper relevant to the end of its projected service life in 2035. By then, the service aims to have a stealthier replacement unmanned aerial vehicle designed specifically to counter threats from Russia and China. That aircraft has been dubbed MQ-Next and is in the early stages of development. The concept designs of three companies that have acknowledged their interest in the U.S. Air Force vision for MQ-Next all feature flying wings, a nearly 550-year-old concept, first pondered by Leonardo da Vinci around 1485, and most notably realized in the Northrop Grumman B-2 stealth bomber. But if these concept designs gain traction in an acquisition program, such flying wings may scale up significantly in the unmanned arena. The MQ-Next concept designs of Northrop Grumman, General Atomics Aeronautical Systems Incorporated, and Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works feature the flying wing. Boeing and Kratos have also submitted concept designs but did not reveal drawings for them. The three companies' MQ-Next designs were in response to a June 3rd Air Force request for information for MQ-Next and envision next-generation, medium-altitude, long-endurance, and strike drone or family of drones to succeed the General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper. The Air Force request for information seeks out new platforms that would include advances in artificial intelligence or machine learning, autonomy, open mission systems, digital engineering, and attritable technology. Northrop Grumman's SG-2 flying wing design, drawn in part from the X-47B, is to incorporate order management system and adaptive autonomy to allow SG-2 to exchange information with a diverse set of systems through the company's distributed autonomy responsive control architecture. Some drones, such as the classified Lockheed Martin RQ-170, the Northrop Grumman RQ-180, and the Russian S-70 Okhotnik B by Sukhoi, feature flying wings. But MQ-Next may be a springboard for the designs for the Pentagon if MQ-Next becomes a program with significant funding. The whole MQ-X issue is wrapped up in how much of this stuff is going on in the black world, considering the existence of programs, such as RQ-170 and RQ-180. This makes it very difficult to determine whether MQ-X will become a program of record, a smokescreen for secret programs, or some mix of secret and public programs. In its version of the fiscal 2021 funding bill, the House Appropriations Committee is recommending the reversal of the Air Force's proposed end in fiscal 2021 of the MQ-9 Reaper production line and the acceleration before 2030 of the fielding of whatever drone or drones turn out to be MQ-Next. Thank you for watching.